Yo, what is up, gamers, casuals, and all of you beautiful creatures out there? Welcome to episode 36 of the weekly patch notes. I'm your boy Thamziri, and with me are Kid Kojo and young Maxwell. Starting with Max, how's it going, bruh?
Yeah, it's going good. Just want to give you guys thanks for holding the fort when I was not available last week.
No, always a pleasure, my guy. Always a pleasure. Kojo, what's good, Holmes?
I'm good, man. How you doing?
Yo, I'm hungry, but you know, other matters. All right, and we're gonna be giving you guys some gaming tidbits. But before we get into it, please do not forget to like, subscribe, and share. You know, tell your peeps, tell your homies, tell your fam, all this. You know, we do hope you guys are gonna enjoy the show. But before we get started, do we have any admin from anyone?
Yeah, I just want to mention to the listeners out there that we are collectively working on bringing other videos to the channel than just the weekly patch notes, because we've been slacking on other departments, but those areas are being worked on. Me personally, I've got 2 videos I need to work on. One, I want to release it before Spider-Man 2 comes out and makes my video outdated like a previous video, so I need to work on that one. Then there's another video I'm working on, which is a challenge run for The Last of Us part 2, so keep posted for that. The editing is going to be a headache. At the current moment, I'm almost finished with the challenge, and then it will come down to the editing and the script recording right after. So people should look forward to that if they are interested in other types of content.
Oh wait, bro. Thank you. Kojo, I'm assuming. Oh yeah. Is there anything from your side, bro?
No, nothing.
Oh wait. Alrighty. Cool. Heading into the first segment, starting with the gaming news. Max, what's been going on in the world, bro?
All right. So this week we start with the Screen Actors Guild, as they've wrapped up negotiations with Hollywood over pay and specific rights. They are currently trying to negotiate a deal with the gaming industry on similar matters. At present, there has been no deal reached. However, no strike has taken place either, as there is optimism a deal will be reached. The companies in question over disputes are Activision, Blind Light, Disney Character Voices, EA, Epic Games, Formosa Interactive, Insomniac Games, Take-Two Productions, VoiceWorks Productions, and WB Games. So basically, like Hollywood, these guys want better pay, better rights. However, unlike Hollywood, they're not striking. So that's why you see, like Spider-Man, for example, you see Yuri, I keep forgetting his full name, or rather struggling to pronounce. Kojo, can you come in here? Because I know you know his name properly.
Who's this?
Spider-Man voice actor Yuri Lowenthal.
Yuri Lowenthal, yes.
Okay, so I did get it right. Yeah, so basically you're seeing him promoting the game and other things like that still, unlike where in Hollywood, they aren't doing any type of promotional or marketing activity, because for the gaming industry, it's still in the early stages. They haven't decided to boycott or anything like that. Whereas Hollywood, it went deep dive in. So hopefully it won't get to the point of boycotting or anything like that, that they'll be able to come to a resolution and find something that works for the voice actors. And speaking of voice actors, I just want to re-emphasize the point that this is why you get proper voice actors, not Hollywood actors just to add names to your thing like Mortal Kombat does here and there. Just get the proper voice actors, and if even then, give upcoming voice actors an opportunity for them to, you know, showcase their talent. Because what's her name on, not Megan Fox, but the character, but Megan Fox as the character, the vampire. Oh man, she's terrible. And even everyone on the internet are like, nah, her voice is just flat. It doesn't work. Get real voice actors, gaming industry. Anyway, with that rant out of the way. So to close off the gaming news section, because it's a short section, the Blitz will have a lot more. The big news of the week is that Big Daddy Jim will be retiring as PlayStation CEO. That is Jim Ryan for those of you. This will take effect in March 2024, but in October of this year, Sony Group Corporation President, COO, and FCO Hiroki Totoki will assume the role of chairman. On April 2024, Totoki will be appointed interim CEO. Totoki will work closely with Sony Group Corporation Chairman and CEO Kenichiro Yoshida and the management team of SIE. And this is all interesting and worth noting because the CEO defines the direction of a company is going to take. And nowhere is that more visible than with Xbox and how Phil Spencer turned things around with Game Pass and getting Xbox to refocus on the games again. So Jim Ryan's tenure was largely about aggressive marketing, sealing third-party exclusivity deals, and trying to realize live service games. On all of these fronts, he achieved, barring seeing through live service games. So we'll have to wait and see if live service games will still be a prime target for Sony with the next CEO, or will there be changes? And also, what vision and strategy will the next CEO implement? Looking at the past CEO, Sony has more or less been very successful with their CEO appointment. So it'll be interesting to see if the interim CEO is going to be a permanent CEO moving forward, or if somebody else is going to come in before it. And also, would a CEO be a Western CEO or an Eastern CEO? We'll wait and see. That will also matter because of like the vision and direction of a company, where Western individuals are more focused on profit and growth, and I could argue that they are more what's the word I want to say? They're more in touch with what majority of gamers are looking for in their console experience, things like that. So we'll see what comes out of that one. Otherwise, that's it for the gaming news. Do you guys have any type of news you want to add? And Kojo, I'm looking at you. You better not say anything that I'm going to be bringing up in the news blitz.
See, now that makes me scared because I don't know if you're going to bring up my shit.
All right, you can mention it and I will just be like, yeah, I was going to mention that, or nah.
Overwatch 2.
Nah.
Okay.
I was going to mention CSGO 2.
Okay. So, Overwatch 2 devs have promised. Oh, okay. So for those who don't know right now, Overwatch 2 is having their anniversary event. Yeah, you can get like some dope skins. Sometimes you can even get some legacy skins. And yeah, whatever, most of the rewards that you usually get during the anniversary events, you can't ever get again until obviously the next anniversary, right? So with quite a few bugs and issues that the game had during this anniversary event, especially when you would be given certain challenges, daily missions to complete in order to receive credits of which you will use to buy certain skins and other cosmetics in the game, right? So now, thanks to these bugs, the devs would grant Overwatch credits to players who log on during the event. So this came off of news, a person who confirmed that this was the plan on Twitter or X, whatever fuck. Right, so they basically stated that the anniversary event challenges would remain disabled until the event ends on October the 3rd. However, he mentions that they were going to be offering fans a solution to the missed opportunity, whereby all players will then earn 3,000 credits simply by logging into the game after the event is over. So big ups for anyone who's an Overwatch 2 player. I obviously left the game when it was still just Overwatch 1. Well, I did play some Overwatch 2 just a tad. But yeah, that's just pretty much it from my gaming news side. Kojo, anything from you?
A few things. Okay, Maxwell, seeing as I was singled out for some reason.
Bars.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. I'm expecting you to mention 2 or 3 things. I was gonna mention that.
Well, it's not my fault that I'm also keyed up on what's happening in the news. Anyway, were you gonna talk about Hideki Kamiya?
No, you can go ahead with that one.
Okay, cool. So, Hideki Kamiya, for those who don't know, Hideki Kamiya is the co-founder of Platinum Games and the director of Bayonetta. He announced that he is leaving the studio, leaving Platinum Games, that is. And this is what Platinum Games, the studio, said in a statement, and I quote, "We regret to announce that Hideki Kamiya will be leaving Platinum Games on October 12th, 2023. We are truly grateful for his creative ideas, leadership, and contribution to the growth of Platinum Games from our startup to this very day. We believe that he will continue to succeed in his future endeavors as a game creator. We're looking forward to seeing the game industry grow into a better place with him in it. We wish him all the best for the future," end quote. And this is what he said on Twitter. And I quote, "As announced on the official Platinum Games X account, I will be leaving Platinum Games on October 12, 2023. This came after a lot of consideration based on my own beliefs and was by no means an easy decision to make. However, I feel this outcome is for the best. I will continue to create in my Hideki Kamiya way. I hope you keep your eyes peeled," end quote. And yeah, that's pretty much it. He worked at Capcom on Resident Evil 2, Devil May Cry, Beautiful Joe, and a bunch of other games. And then he co-founded Platinum Games with Shinji Mikami and Atsushi Inaba. And he was working on games like, obviously, he worked on Bayonetta and then the ill-fated Scalebound. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see where he goes on next and what he does next. Moving on.
What's interesting about him
Yes.
is that people should basically realize that all of those kind of like fast-paced, high-octave action games, he is the man for that. And what I find interesting about him leaving, which had me lamenting, was whenever we see a higher up in a company leave, we can only ever speculate what really happened. Is it health reasons? Is it having different visions and plans for themselves? Or is it something internally went wrong and they have to take the fall for it? You will never know, because the way it will be announced and released, it'll be like a whole proper decorum thing and whatnot. Like with Jim Ryan, people are speculating, oh, he's leaving because PlayStation are struggling, failing to achieve the live service stuff. And there was also another reason people are speculating with, but it all comes down to speculation. And pretty personally, I don't really like it. It reminds me of like when Halo Infinite devs were leaving. Kojo, was the lady who was overlooking everything, and she cited health reasons, and people like, nah, I mean family reasons, and people like, nah, that's definitely not it.
Bonnie Ross.
Yes, that's the one. But things like that, where it's like, we will never know the true reason, and for me, it slightly irks me. But anyway, as you were.
All right, next story. Were you going to talk about Epic Games?
I was going to mention what exactly about Epic Games, because I am going to mention Epic Games.
The layoffs.
Yes.
Okay, I'll leave that for you then. And yeah, that's it for my news then.
All right, now it seems juicy, bro. Okay, Kojo, and moving on to the gaming corner. What's been coming out in the past week, bro?
I've got a handful of things, so let's get into it. First, we have a game called Tangle Tower, released on iOS and Android on September 25th, 2023. We have one of the big ones of the year and of the past, ever since Cyberpunk was announced, really. We have the first and only expansion to Cyberpunk 2077, which is Cyberpunk 2077 Phantom Liberty, released on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, and PC, released on September 26, 2023, currently sitting at an 89 on Metacritic. We have a game called El Paso Elsewhere, released on Xbox Series, Xbox One, and PC, released on September 26, 2023, currently sitting at an 81 on Metacritic. We have a game called Mineko's Night Market, released on Switch and PC, released on September 26, 2023, currently sitting at a 67 on Metacritic. We have a game called My Time at Sandrock, released on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, and Switch, released on September 26th, 2023. We have a game called Paleo Pines, released on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC, released on September 26th, 2023, currently sitting at a 65 on Metacritic. We have a game called Infinity Strash, Dragon Quest: The Adventure of Dai, released on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, PlayStation 4, Switch, and PC. Released on September 28th, 2023. Currently sitting at a 60 on Metacritic. We have Sonic Frontiers: The Final Horizon. Released on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC. Released on September 28th, 2023. We have a game called Cocoon, released on Xbox Series and Xbox One and Switch and PC. Released on September 29th, 2023. Currently sitting at an 89 on Metacritic. We have a game called Cypher 007, released on iOS on September 29th, 2023. And we have a highly anticipated game that people look forward to every year, and a new step in the direction for EA in terms of their football series. We have EA Sports FC 2024, no longer FIFA because they no longer have the license for FIFA, so it's now called EA Sports FC 24. Released on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC. Tell me, what do you think its Metacritic score is?
86.
86, okay. I'm not going to ask Maso because I think he knows already. So
nope, I do not know. It's a sports game. I know.
Okay, guess.
I'm gonna guess 88.
88. Okay, you guys are aiming high. It has a 76 on Metacritic.
Oh damn.
And that is it for the gaming corner and the releases of the week.
Oh yeah, bro. Thank you, man. Thank you. All right. Well, we've reached the. Oh wait, Max, do you have any gaming corner stuff?
You always forget me. It's like you've got a vendetta against me.
You never mentioned games that got released, but yeah, do you have any games that you know of? I don't know.
I don't mention games that got released because Kojo thoroughly covers that, but I do mention maybe there's something going on with certain games.
There you go. Yeah. What you know about that? Anything? What you got?
No, I got nothing.
All right. Then that brings us to the halfway point of the show. We do hope you guys are enjoying it thus far. Please remember to leave a like, subscribe, and a follow, so we can get this to more ears. Alrighty. Moving on to the content creator side. So this one's kind of stupid, but yeah, whatever. Y'all remember when we mentioned Lil Tay about her, being unalive, and now that was a whole hoax and this, right? So she released a music video recently, and in the music video, she points out quite a lot, claiming that her father abused her, and reveals more details behind the death hoax. Now, I don't know if you've seen this, but it's called Sucker for Green. So that's sucker, the number 4, and then green. It was supposed to be like a live stream as well, which then turns into a whole music video. Or she was going to actually live stream her reacting or showing us the music video. Right, so many of the fans are basically happy to just see that she actually is okay, and now that she's making a music video, it seems like she's going back to the old Lil Tay of being that young kid on the socials and doing some shit, right? But obviously, with what she mentioned in the song, certain things that she pointed out to, the whole hoax about her death and all this, obviously, during the hoax situation, we always knew that there was clearly a very messed up situation between Lil Tay, her father, as well as her brother also. But she mentioned that she was abused in many, many different ways. I don't want to get too much into it because I don't know if we're going to get flagged for it. You know how YouTube is, but the actual article will be in the description below. Either way, go check out Sucker for Green. I'm most probably going to put an insert of what the music video looks like. Nope. But shit. It is sad to see, but I mean, stuff like this usually happens with the Disney kids and everything. So it's not that it's too new, but it's the fact that they're making it very public, and it's good that they're coming out and saying what they need to say. So yeah. Sweet. Moving on, we have an update from the Logan Paul and Dylan Dennis fight, whereby Jake Paul is worried about even attending the hostile fight between these guys. So just a reminder again that the fight between Dylan Dennis and Logan Paul is set to take place on October 14th. Many people have speculated with the whole Nina Agdal stuff that's going on back and forth, as well as the lawsuits and the restraining orders, this and this, that the fight may not even happen. However, no one's actually confirmed that it's not going to happen, as well as the fact that more big names have now been confirmed to be joining or to be watching the fights when it takes place. So it's definitely seeming like something that isn't going to, just end so quickly. This is going to be quite a big fight, and it might even get personal in the ring, some people have speculated. So this being about Jake Paul being worried, he's just worried about how things might actually go down. He did mention on the Impulsive podcast, as well as during interviews with the MMA Hour with Ariel Helwani, where they were quizzed on whether or not Dylan Dennis would absolutely even show up, and if Dylan Dennis's brother would be there. Right, so Logan then obviously responded to this saying, look, we're working on it. Jake is worried about, the environment. He thinks that will be kind of hostile. He told Helwani during the Impulsive episode, joking about the fact that, Jake would have to face KSI and Tommy Fury fans, eventually as well, because of how hostile that fight was going to be and end up. But yeah, we'll have to see how it goes. And this is just after Logan Paul actually won a wrestling match on WWE's SummerSlam, where, yeah, I don't know if you guys actually saw the fight, but it was kind of embarrassing, where I forget the names, man. I forget the names, but the guy he was fighting, the guy that Logan Paul was fighting, right? That dude's wife was the commentator for the entire match, and in this corner, all that type of shit, announced the winner, what. So before the fight even started, Logan Paul says, I am going to make you say that I am the winner and that your husband is the loser. He joked about it, but lo and behold, he actually won the match. And if you guys go search that video, it was tough because she even started crying. Well, not crying, but she was holding back tears when she had to announce her husband's defeat, bro. And Logan was being a dickhead, coming up to the end of the... Yeah.
I just want to say, I saw that. I thought that was funny.
Look, I thought it was funny too, but...
That, for me, it's the shit housery. Nah, she did that well. I am not an advocate of Paul brothers. 90% of the time when they're doing something, I roll my eyes. But in that instance, full power to him to do all the stuff he was doing, because he won fair and square. He spoke it into existence. If I was her, I would have excused myself, saying, hey, could somebody else announce this, because it's a conflict of interest. But she went ahead with the job, so she has to do what she has to do, and her crying is silly. It's kind of like you remember when Ivra Adesanya won his rematch against, I forgot what his name was, in UFC. And the guy he beat, I forgot what his name was, but the guy he beat on that first match, when Adesanya got knocked out, the guy's son was mocking Adesanya. The guy's kids were ringside, and one of the kids was mocking Adesanya. Yeah. So Adesanya got pissed off by that. I was like, nah, okay, I'm gonna get you back. So when he knocked the guy's dad out, he pointed at him in the crowd and started mocking his dad. Where it's just and then when Adesanya got interviewed about it, I was like, nah, the kid was talking shit, and I came through and delivered. He deserved all that. I'm like, yeah, dumbass kid was talking shit, and the kid was crying because. And I also saw people's reaction to it. Some UFC fighter was like, this is why I don't bring my kids to the ring, because if I get knocked out, how traumatizing is that for my kids to see that? And I'm like, yeah, you shouldn't be bringing your kids to the ring. Let the kids view the video after or something like that, where you can control. If it was a bad match, you're like, nah, my kids can't see it. If it was an okay match, he would be like, yeah, let my kids see this and all of that stuff. So it's the same instance in this area where I feel if your wife is going to be there, be prepared for the shithousery that's going to follow if you're unable to win.
100%. The reason why I just thought it was like a dickhead move is in the sense that it was the husband that threw shit. The wife never did nothing. And for him to like do that, yeah, but I get it. It's in the same situation like the kid. You know what I'm saying? Like eventually the one at fault really is the person that fought. But anyways, yeah. So
and also like you need a marriage. You need to be prepared for receiving spillover from what your partner is doing.
Absolutely.
Should it be happening? Technically not, but when you're married, you're a unit. You have to be supporting each other through thick and thin. It's the same thing with Logan Paul and his fiance getting the bulk of the harassment from Dylan. It comes with the territory. Obviously, there are lines, but not everybody's going to respect those lines. So you have to be, you have to have a thick skin and be prepared to tackle what comes your way. You can't be acting like a victim as if I didn't know. If you're a person, let me just put it like that. Be prepared to handle what comes next, but don't be acting like it came out of nowhere and you're so shocked when it's like, also, look who you're married to. Look at what the antics do. You think that's not going to spill over to you in some shape or form? Nah, your shit is not separate. It's mixed to some degree.
Facts. But yeah, so we'll see how that's going to go with the fight. If Jake Paul's even going to attend, I don't even see the significance of it, to be honest. I mean, from day one, he's been saying that like this is going to turn out to be a very messed up fight. And Logan's just going to be pissed off because obviously his brother is not going to be there to represent Prime or whatever the fuck else. But yeah, we'll see what happens. And that's pretty much it from my side. Kojo, any content creator news for you?
Just one brief thing. So Forbes recently released their Content Creators of the Year 2023, and I urge people to. We'll leave a link in the description. I'm not going to go through all 50. I'm going to go through any of them. Really, I just want to just put it out there that hey, the list is out. I went through the list. Some of the people in there surprised me, and some of the people that weren't in there surprised me. So, like for example, XQC is not on this list, and I don't understand how. Because I know that he earns more than some of the people on this list. And I don't know, maybe he declined. I think he was on the list last year, and I think he said they did him dirty or something like that. So maybe he might have declined this year, but I don't know. But yeah, there's some obvious names on this list.
Hold on. What do you mean decline to go on a list? How do you decline to go on a list?
You can say no, I don't want to be on the list.
Yeah, it's the Poppy Act.
Sure. Yeah, you can say, hey, I don't want to be on this list. And then they'll be like, fine, we'll pick the next person then.
But that's like saying, okay, I'm going to make the world's top. It's an opinion though.
It is, but it's still...
because I'm trying to understand of. Go ahead.
Because this is how they do it, and I quote: to rank the world's top creators, Forbes crunched the data on the estimated earnings, follower counts, engagement rates, and entrepreneurial activities of thousands of internet personalities with the help of the creator marketing firm Influential, end quote. So it is not really an opinion list.
All right, so I'll track that back, the opinion part, but then I feel like if it's not an opinion thing, it doubles down what I'm trying to get at, because if it's data driven, factual, or numerical, however you want to, or statistical, however you want to phrase it, then what does his say have to do with anything? Because if it was like an article about XQC and he's like, please don't write about me, I don't want to talk to you guys, I can be like, yeah, that makes sense. But then if I'm amalgamating a list, it's like if I make a list, for example, of YouTubers with the most views in the last year, and XQC is like number 7 in that, what does him not wanting to be on my list have to do with anything? It's like it has nothing to do with him. It's just his name is there. I haven't approached him. I haven't spoken to him. I'm just showing numbers. You get what I'm saying?
I do, but the thing is, I'm looking at this list, and I think the way it's, you can take a look at it yourself, the way it's made and designed, it feels like they approach the people to it. Like if you look at the layout and design and the quotes and everything, it feels like they actually approach them and like, hey, well, this is a list. Do you want to be photographed? Because I feel like they were photographed specifically for this list, because it says here this person was photographed by this person for Forbes and stuff like that. So I feel like it was a bespoke list. So I feel like they went to him and like, hey, want to include you on this. Again, I don't know. I could be wrong. Maybe he wasn't on this list, but I feel like with his supposed $100 million, I still don't believe it's $100 million, but with his supposed $100 million kick deal, I feel like he would have been on this list easy. But again,
I don't know if it's specialized and customized to each individual person, like, you know, taking pictures with them, going up to them, getting quotes and that. Okay, I can sort of get it. Although I would feel like maybe on his part, they should just put something generic and put like a disclaimer saying XQC requested not to be approached for this list. So it's kind of like you're keeping the integrity of your list, but you're also letting your readers know that, yeah, if his section looks kind of weird or different to everybody else, this is the reason why. But we're not going to exclude him because this list is about so and so, and he does qualify for that. You get what I'm saying? Like, I feel like they, instead of cutting him out just because maybe his section will ruin the style of the entire list, they should have just had something generic because he didn't want to work with him and be like, yeah, unfortunately we don't have that a working relationship with him, but that doesn't mean he doesn't go on our list. It doesn't undo all he's done and all whatnot.
Wait, so while y'all chatting, I actually searched why. The reason why XQC doesn't want to be involved with Forbes is because recently in 2022, Forbes put out and claimed that XQC has had racist, homophobic, and sexually explicit content controversies in the past. Mm-hmm. This is why XQC wants nothing to do with Forbes, because that was all lies, as he says. So yeah, that's the reason.
Yeah, I remember last year he was on that list, and then he did speak out on his stream about it. So I figured it might have something to do with that reason. But yeah, top
I
50
just think
people.
That's weird. Yeah. So it's not a legitimate top 50 then, basically.
It's close enough. But hey, who knows? Maybe he didn't even qualify to be in the top 50. I don't know. I'm just...
Nah, Kojo, you know very well. You even said yourself with his kick deal, he has to be a shoe in there.
Yeah. But anyway, some of the names that you're thinking of are probably on this list, and others that you probably don't even know are on this list. So I urge people to go take a look. I'm
gonna go on that list and see how many people I know out of 50. If I manage to hit like 25, I'll be pleased with myself.
5 people on this list.
I'll get a passing mark. I'll get like a 50-60%. What's a passing mark?
25.
Okay, then yeah, I can get 25 out of 50.
We'll see about that. But yeah, that's it from my content creator news.
Alrighty, I don't have any esports news. Kojo, do you have any? Oh wait, Max, hold on. Max, do you have any content creator news?
No, I don't, Mr. Always Forget Me.
There you go. See? Sorry, Kojo, yeah? Esports?
Yeah, so I think I have one. So, recently at the Asia Games that took place recently. The Asia Games, for those who don't know, it is what do you call it? It's held every 4 years, and obviously it's held in an Asian country, and it's kind of like the Olympics but focused on Asian countries, and it is described as the second largest multi-sport event after the Olympics, and is recognized by the International Olympic Committee. So some of the disciplines that are, or the sports that take places like boxing, paragliding, rowing, weightlifting, diving, and all of that stuff. And it was held this year in Hangzhou, China, I believe, if I'm getting that right. Let me make sure I'm getting that right because I don't want to be... Yes, Hangzhou. And including in this year was esports. So esports is out here making its appearance at the Asian Games. Does this mean we're going to see esports in the Olympics sometime? Who knows? But, so I bring this up because Team Korea for League of Legends won the League of Legends tournament at the Asian Games. And this gave them military exemption. So for those who don't know, in South Korea, the law exempts people like athletes, classical and traditional musicians, and ballet dancers and other dancers for military service if they achieve top honors and top prizes. And because the League of Legends South Korean team won, they are eligible now for the exemption. And I was watching a video. I didn't even know it was about the Asian Games, but there was a video trending on the internet where it showed Faker landing in China. And the crowd that was there to see Faker, but for those who don't know who Faker is arguably, well, he is the most popular League of Legends player and arguably the best League of Legends player to ever exist, to ever play the game. Tammy knows all about Faker.
Absolute. He's the god.
Yeah, he's brilliant. I'm not even a League of Legends player, but I can tell you that he's brilliant. And so he was treated like a celebrity when he landed. Like, I promise you, he was treated like Taylor Swift, man, at the airport. Like, people were screaming his name. They wanted to take pictures, and he just played it cool. He was just walking. He was just minding his own business. So, yeah. So South Korea won. They beat Taiwan, I think. Yes, they beat Taiwan to win. And they beat Taiwan without Faker because he was feeling ill. But then Faker did help them get to the final. So yeah, that's pretty much it for my esports news.
Hold on.
I'm listening.
How are the groups are divided into countries or the teams?
Yes.
And this was held in China.
Hangzhou, China, yes.
And Taiwan was a team.
Allegedly.
China did not have any issue saying Taiwan is not a country; it's a territory.
Well, as far as I know, I've just read an article. It says here they beat Taiwan. I don't know if they competed under Chinese Taipei or like they usually do in the Olympics, but it just says.
I think that could be a thing. They competed under something else, but people outside of China, like, yeah, we all know that's Taiwan. Come on, guys. I think it's maybe something like that. I'll look it up.
All right, sweet. Thanks, man. Max, do you have any esports news, bro?
No.
None. Wait. Sweet. Moving on to the discussion, Max. I believe you have something for us.
Yes. So I wanted for the discussion section to slightly drift away from gaming. Crazy, I know. And I wanted to talk about prank videos. So recently, there was a prank. I don't know when it took place. I think maybe it happened last year. I just know that the court proceedings for now wrapped up right now. So I'm going to try and be as vague as possible with the specifics of this court case. Not because it's ongoing or any legality like that. I just think because this has to do with a prank channel. So some people already know what it's about. The others who don't know what it's about, I don't want to guide them to the prank channels because I think this person is an idiot and doesn't deserve more views. Because specifically for me, the way pranks should be done, there's a method to the madness, and this person on their channel are just a-holes. So I don't think they deserve any more attention than they are already getting. I went to the channel, I saw how many subscribers they have, I saw how many views the channel gets. It's not really that many views, but apparently this person makes between $2,000 to $3,000 a month from their channel. So what happened was, and this will build up to what I want to talk about pranks. What happened was, it was a prankster. He was doing dumb shit, bothering somebody. Again, I won't go into the specifics of what the pranks were because I want to try and be as vague as possible. But basically, he was bothering an individual. What's the word I'm looking for? When invading the person's private space. The prankster wasn't touching the person or anything, but he was going up to the individual's face, literally in the person's face, and bothering them. And the individual's like, leave me alone, leave me alone. And the guy was just staying at his face, bothering him. And the guy getting pranked pulled out a gun out of nowhere and shot the person in the chest. The prankster ended up going to the hospital. The guy who shot him got arrested, and there was a jury proceeding and all of that stuff, where there are 2 charges against the shooter, where he's been acquitted on 1 charge and the second charge is still pending. But what I wanted to get into with bringing this up is, where do we draw the line with what repercussions to pranksters? Because there's been other past pranksters who've gotten shot and killed. And I believe there was one famous one that went viral where the dude was like, it's just a prank, bro, and he died. And it was kind of like a funny thing of, imagine your last words being, it's just a prank, bro. But basically, people are arguing whether the shooter he was within his rights or not to shoot the individual. And I know I want to be vague because I don't want to give the channel any attention, but I suppose I'll have to give more specifics of what happened. Part of the reason why I want to be vague is I don't want people to be able to go online and just type out keywords from what I've said to find out what the who the prankster was and all of that stuff. But now I get to this point, I'm assuming it's no way avoiding this. So I'll just give specifics of what he did. Basically, there was a person who was trying to do their job, and the person went to pick up some items from a destination. And it was at a mall. This person goes up to the prankster goes up to the shooter with their phone, basically bothering, hanging in the person's face, and the person is trying to walk away, say, leave me alone, leave me alone. The prankster is staying right up into the face, and without any warning, no warning whatsoever, the dude takes out a gun and shoots him in the chest. Prankster didn't die, he recovered, and he's going back to doing pranks on his channel. Basically, my question is, was the shooter within his rights to shoot, or was that extreme? And I'll give my opinion on the case. I'll give the floors to you guys, but I'll give my opinion where I believe in the whole fuck around and find out, 100%. So the prankster fucked around and found out. And I would have wished that would deter him from doing these stupid things going forward, but clearly it hasn't. My only issue with the shooter is he shot without warning. And some people online are arguing like, no, saying leave me alone is good enough. And the thing he was acquitted on was he wasn't charged for maliciously shooting the person. The jury decided that, yeah, he acted in self-defense. And people are arguing, is it really in self-defense? And other people are like, the prankster is like 6 feet 5 inches, so he's pretty tall. He's in the guy's face. The shooter said, leave me alone, and then shot. Me, I'm like, leave me alone is not enough. Either A, he should have given fair warning of, if you don't leave me alone, I'm going to shoot you. Or if you don't leave me alone, you'll see what's going to happen. Or something like that, some type of threat. Either that, or B, pull out the gun and see the reaction of a person. If he starts fleeing, you've done what you needed to do. But then if he starts getting aggressive, shoot him. So I feel there wasn't fair warning. And what do you guys think? I'll give that to you guys, and then I'll build up to where I'm heading with this, about how I feel about pranks in general and what YouTube's doing about it.
I'm the same in the regards of the whole fuck around and find out type thing, because I mean, it's like you said, before the gun was even pulled out, he was telling the guy to leave him alone, like, you know, fully. And dog, that's your warning. That right there is your warning. It's verbal, you know what I'm saying? It's even caught on camera, you know what I'm saying? So what other warning do you need now? Him pulling out the gun and shooting, was that the right thing to do? Probably not. That was definitely, there was some rage behind that, 100%. And I mean, it's not as if I was. Yeah.
Some people are also arguing about the retaliation, where they felt like it doesn't equate, where using a gun is extreme, whereas like, nah, he should have done something to a less severity, because there are laws about self-defense of, if you in America, there are laws about self-defense of escalating defense of the way you defend yourself. Is it in accordance to the threat you're receiving, or are you escalating the situation? So some people are like, nah, I should also say that the person with a gun had a license for concealment. So people are like, nah, he was well within his right. Other people are like, nah, he escalated it. But yes, please go on.
Right. So, yeah, I mean, because it's in the same way. I don't know if you guys know about this other YouTube prankster that goes around throwing fake gang signs, in the hood, like in certain streets. And obviously, it always leads to him being chased. Sometimes we don't even actually get to see how the video ended, because the video just ends with him running away. And we never actually get to see the resolution. And that dude's still alive. He's still making videos like this. I don't know if it's scripted. I don't know. But it's in the same way that all it's going to take is for him to get into some sort of like do that to some sort of gang member and actually get killed. Like the other dude who also, his last words or it was just a joke, bro. That being his last words. At what point, and I'm not even going to blame YouTube, but at what point do these people, the human beings making this content, at what point will it take for them to realize that, guys, like, there are certain things, there's certain limits and things that differentiate something from a prank to just pure stupidity. You know what I'm saying? So it's
Well, for me, I do blame YouTube on this part. I feel it can do something in regard to this, but I will get into that when we hear Kojo's view and all of that.
Yeah, so personally, if this was happening to me and I wouldn't have shot, but I would have at least pointed weapon at a person and just be like, I've asked you countless times again, you are aggravating me at this point and I'm taking this as a form of harassment. Leave now. That would be my final thing. I wouldn't shoot, so to speak, but if they still carried on even after I said that, hi there, dog, you finna meet your maker. But yeah, that's me though. Kojo?
Yeah, I'm in agreement with you. That's exactly what I would do, where I would pull out a gun and be like, look, you're testing my patience. And then if they now get aggressive because I put out a gun, yeah, that's my cue to shoot.
Facts.
I've asked you to leave me alone. I've shown you the item that I will retaliate with. And if you're still around, well, you wanted to F around and find out.
There you go. Facts. Oh, wait, Kojo, where do you stand on the whole prankster situation?
To be honest, I don't know. This is and it's funny, Maxwell, because when you were saying, oh, you were trying to keep it vague, you didn't do a good job, because all I had to do was just Google 2 words and I found it.
Yeah, no, I also realized at a certain point when I was getting into it, I was just like, you know what? I can't be talking about discussion without trying to give specifics. And those who are interested, they will find out one way or another. Those who don't care, they don't care. So I realized it was what's the word when you do something which was futile. Pointless? Yes, it was a futile endeavor. I realized that in the midst of as I was talking.
Yeah.
But what were your key words?
Prankster shot.
Bruh, there's been a lot of pranksters shot though.
No, but this one came up easy, because this one didn't correct me if I'm wrong, but this one didn't happen recently. It's only the trial that recently happened.
Yes.
Yeah, because I know the story. It happened a long time ago. Well, not a long time ago, but it happened a while ago. And I know the story. And I didn't know, I thought everything was sorted out back then, but I didn't know the trial was happening now. So where do I stand on this? Look, YouTube pranks, I thought we were all done with YouTube pranks after your Fuzzy Tubes fell out, after your, prank v prank doesn't really count because they're just pranking each other, they weren't pranking the public. But, I thought, Vitali, Fuzzy, OcTV, I thought all, we all moved on from that, but I guess not.
Bruh, this dude is living off $2,000, $3,000 per month, and his views and subscribers count are not that great. It's better than most channels, I'll give it that. But you would be thinking for $2,000, $3,000, that means channels who are, because he's not even getting in the 100,000s of views. He's getting he's not even in the 100,000 of views with his stuff. So it makes you think, channels with 100,000 of views regularly, how much are they making per month? So I'm I don't believe when people are like, yeah, we barely get by, please subscribe to our Patreon and help us through. I'm like, nah. Or even people who, anyway, wait, I'm getting sidetracked. Let me stop that.
But where do I stand on it? I don't know. I mean, this is something that I have to sit down and think about, because both of you make good points. Yes, he could have given more of a warning, but then again, you guys are forgetting what country this occurred in.
Yeah, but
bro, even if it happened here in South Africa, I would murk a guy with a flipping toothbrush, sharpened other edge.
Bruh, Oscar Pistorius got away with discharging a gun at a restaurant.
You see what I'm saying? So it doesn't matter which country it happens in. It just matters, like, who you fucking with. Like, if you're messing with a person with a weapon, dude, you're dumb.
But the thing is, did he know he had a weapon before he pulled it out and shot him?
No.
Fair.
But that's where some states have a concealment license, and the shooter had a concealment license, so he didn't break any laws.
Okay. I don't know. Like, I agree with both of what you guys are saying. From what I heard, it's pranks. Like, there's a time and place for pranks. There are ways to do pranks right, and there are ways to not do pranks right. Mm-hmm. So, is the prankster at fault for, showing up in someone's face repeatedly after they told him repeatedly to stop? Yeah. Could the guy have also taken more precautions? I guess so. Not precautions. Could the shooter have, given more of a warning? Sure. So, I don't know. It just depends on how you look at things. I think people are gonna, from what Max has said, I think more people are siding with the shooter from the sound of things. Or could be.
Yeah, because I think people are looking at it more as a harassment thing of, how would I feel if somebody was in my face like that? I'd be like, yeah, I'll probably shoot him as well. So why should I hold any ill will to somebody who does? And I'm like, yeah, but we have to put our personal emotions and subjectivity aside and look at things objectively. That's what the law strives to do. Look at things with objectivity. So with regards to that, I'm not even going to, like you've touched upon it, Kojo, about there are ways to do pranks, right ways and wrong ways. So I'm not even going to go into the minutiae about what is the right method and what is the wrong method. Instead, I'm going to look at YouTube/Google and blame it on them, where these guys are doing these pranks because, one, it gets views, and two, they can monetize that. And we don't get ad revenue. So I'm not familiar with how YouTube figures out its monetization. If we ever one day get into a level where we're being supported and we can monetize what we do, then I'll sit down and try to understand YouTube's monetization. But until then, I have no reason or incentive to try and understand how ad revenue works on YouTube. But what I do understand with my limited knowledge is that there are certain topics which get more ad revenues than others. Like if you're talking about personal finance, lifestyle, things for kids and stuff like that, those have a higher tiered content, which have the premium type of ads on them. Whereas things like gaming, unfortunately, what we do, and other very niche things, they don't have necessarily top tier ads on them. So with that said, I would look at YouTube and I would look at where do prank channels fall under. Put those in a category where it is a struggle to monetize those. That way you're decentralizing people from bothering with prank channels. Because prank channels are usually targeted towards immature people or kids. Because those are the target audience who want to see what's going on, whether the prank is scripted or genuine, but those people want to see drama and things like that. So I would be looking at YouTube and saying, YouTube, what are you doing to ensure that content creators are looking at pranks and saying, nah, it's not worth it. I'd rather be doing a different type of content. because YouTube goes far and beyond to control other things. And then they just completely ignore basic ass stuff like that. And that's why I'm saying, for me, the blame goes squarely on YouTube. It's not the content creators. It's not the people getting harassed. It's YouTube is at fault for this, because they are putting the platform for these individuals to say, yeah, I'm going to make a living off of this. I'm going to monetize this. Like, dog, $2,000 to $3,000 a month doing pranking people. That's simple money. But yeah, that's what I want to say on regards of the topic.
Oh yeah, broski, thanks. You guys have any more other comments? Kojo?
No, I'm good.
Oh yeah. All right. Thanks, Max. Moving on to the news blitz. Let's wrap it up, Max Whale.
All right, people, sit tight. So we start off talking about trouble brewing regarding Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic remake, as the reveal trailer has been made private and old tweets concerning the game have been deleted by Sony. The company states that it was done over licensed music. And me personally, if you believe that, I have a clock tower in London that I'll sell to you for only $300,000. Very cheap, my friend. $300,000 on for you, discount. So KOTOR remake was revealed in 2021, and we haven't heard shit since. So this game, for me, is very likely experiencing development hell and will either be cancelled or delayed. Or this is a shoot in the dark. Sony has lost exclusivity rights, and their tweets and video have aged poorly, and they require saving face. Hence, the making private and deleting. But we'll find out with a little bit of time. Next, Epic Games had a round of layoffs where approximately 15% of staff were let go, amounting to about 900 employees. Largely affected by this layoff was the developer of Fall Guys, Mediatonic. Some people thought that Mediatonic had completely shut down from these round of layoffs, but they went on to release a statement saying, yes, we have been affected by layoffs, but the core team is still there. We're still going to be continuing to support Fall Guys. How we function has not been interrupted, or it's not going to end. From there, it is understood that the Phantom Liberty update for Cyberpunk is the game's last major update, and from here on, anything big with the game will be on working on a sequel or side project. And sticking to Phantom Liberty, something kind of cool about the DLC is that players can lock themselves out of accessing the DLC if they select the wrong dialogue options in the main game. And I think this is kind of cool. A lot of people will probably be pissed by this, because it's like, yo, I've paid for this DLC, blah, 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 all of this stuff. I have a right to access it. And cool, but I honestly think it's cool that in-game stuff you can do that is going to mess up other game stuff. I don't see that done enough times, and in this instance, I really think it's sick. Then, due to losing the FIFA license, EA is delisting past FIFA game titles from online stores, as EA FC 24 will be the new face of the game. So all of those past FIFA whatever, FIFA 22, FIFA 23, FIFA 21, FIFA 20, FIFA 14, 16, blah, blah, blah. Those are all going to be gone because of, they don't have the license anymore. Next, Gran Turismo Sport Online is another thing which we will be losing. Online services will end in January 2024, and this just goes back to the whole thing of why always online things are bullshit. Because as soon as service ends for that stuff, you lose the game. It's not one of those things of, I can't play online anymore, but I can still enjoy it on my platform, in my private home or anything like that. No, you lose everything. And then, remember how I told you guys that Pokemon was on GQ's 10 things that I can't live without? and that it didn't hit numbers?
Yes.
Well,
let me guess. You're gonna bring up Moist Critical.
Motherfucker, can you relax?
Am I right or am I wrong?
I'm going to ignore you.
I'm
Last week, shut up. Last week, she was on Wired's top searched questions, and it also didn't hit numbers. It has roughly 100,000 views in the last 8 days to provide context. So then this week, asshole Kojo, Wired brought in another video game personality, and Kojo has ruined the thing. Kojo, I was gonna have Tommy guess who it is.
Oh, wait, pause. No, wait, pause. Before you continue, this is fucking karma, bitch. Every time I ask Tommy, hey Tommy, guess what this got on Metacritic? You'll be like, oh, you got this score, and this score. So suck it. How does it feel?
Nah, the difference is you don't go, hey Tommy, can you guess the thing? You just go, guys, what is this? And then you ask me. Here, I did not prompt you. I did not yet ask, hey guys, can you figure out who it is? You just came in and said, Moist Critical. I was going to say, can you guys guess? And if you came in and said Moist Critical, I would have been like, good job, Kojo. There's the difference. You can't call that karma. You say, guys, guess
man, you didn't say you're gonna ask.
No,
you didn't say you're gonna ask, so.
Yeah, because you didn't let me finish. And that's what I'm saying. The difference is when you say, guys, what did this game get? You ask the question and I answer your question. I didn't ask any questions. You just jumped in dick hard to say what you wanted to say.
Yeah, but I didn't know you were going to ask a question, so. Anyway.
So let me finish.
Anyway. Continue.
Anyway, after you ruin all that, the video has been up for 1 day. Okay, now it'll probably be 2 days. And can you guess how many views it has since Kojo ruined who it was guessing about the influencer? Keeping in mind, Pokimane got 100,000 views in 8 days.
Didn't first day for Moist get like 2.2 million?
Yeah, it did. It's on. I'm assuming it's like 3 and something million now.
Yep, it is on 3 million views.
Yeah.
All right, so moving on to the next thing. Counter-Strike Global Offensive 2 out now, and people are big mad. The reason why they are upset is that, one, the game is lackluster, where they feel maps, the playstyle, and all of that stuff are unsatisfactory. And the second major reason why they're really upset is that OG CSGO has been taken down. You can't access that anymore. You can only play number 2, and people are not impressed with number 2. I guess they're doing an Overwatch. Hey. Then, lastly, Microsoft has been ranked as the world's best company, according to Time magazine. Apple came second, Alphabet came third, and Meta came fourth. So make of this as you will. Placement was based on a formula of revenue growth, employee satisfaction surveys, and environmental, social, and corporate governance data, also known as ESG. And that it is for the News Blitz. You guys have anything you want to say?
Nope. Kojo?
Just one thing on the Counter-Strike thing. It's not called Counter-Strike Global Offensive 2. It's just called Counter-Strike 2.
Really? They took up the Go?
Yep. It's unfortunate, but yeah.
Branding.
Yeah, we could call it that. That's why a lot of them are now coming to Valorant. But now that Valorant has local servers, it's a fun game again. So I'm enjoying it myself.
When you're trying to find success, make sure your competitors are shooting themselves in the foot, and their fan base will come to you.
Facts. And I think just going back to the Pokimane Moist Critical thing, because I know Pokimane's going to mention something along the lines of, you see, this is what I mean, that female content creators do not get support and all this. Like, no, Poki, the difference here is Moist is genuine with his audience. Poki, your audience is only there to boost your ego. No offense. But yeah, anyways.
Yeah, I also feel it's a personality thing where either A, you have to be an interesting individual like Hollywood celebrities, or B, your personality has to resonate with your audience. And Moist Critical, a lot of people dislike Moist Critical, but then a lot of people who also watch Moist Critical just find him very grounded and not serious with himself and stuff like that, because he makes jokes about himself. He's not that serious. Whereas you have other people, other influencers who think that is shit, they've made it in life and all of that stuff, and they should be respected for their hustle and all of different things like that. But yeah, I'm not surprised.
Damn straight. But cool, thanks, Max. All right. Kojo, anything from you before we wrap off?
Nah.
Oh, good. All right. Ladies and germs, we've reached the end of the show. Thank you so much for tuning in. Really hope you enjoyed it. Please leave a like, subscribe, and a follow for more. Everything that we did chat about, we'll leave the links in the description below so you won't miss out on any of the information. But yeah, it's been your boy Thamziri giving you episode 36 of the weekly patch notes from X to Skip. With me was Kid Kojo as well as Max. Gents, thank you so much. And yeah, we will catch you guys next week with the next episode. Stay good, stay healthy, and keep on gaming. Peace out.
Stay hard.
Damn right.